didn't even get to browse.
What is going on, guys? My name is Joey Orva, DBZGod123, and we are back with some more Dragon Ball Z for another Dragon Ball Xenoverse some kind of video. And today, guys, we're doing like a top 3 kind of thing, the top three things I do like about Xenoverse, and the top 3 things I don't like about Dragon Ball Xenoverse as a whole. So the 3 things I do like about Xenoverse, and the 3 things I don't like about Xenoverse. Some people may call it a TGN top 10, but that's not even close to what I'm doing here. Basically, I'm doing somewhat of my review for Dragon Ball Xenoverse, but not quite. Basically, it's kind of a review for me, saying the things I do like about Xenoverse and the things I don't like about Xenoverse. But without wasting any more time in this video, let us get started with this kind of review for Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Now, before I do start this video, leave your thoughts in the comments down below before you watch this video here on the 3 things you like about Xenoverse and the 3 things you don't like about Xenoverse. Now, overall, I want to hear you guys' thoughts. So, yeah, because, I mean, there's a lot of interesting things about Xenoverse, I'm not gonna lie, and there's something that I really don't like about Xenoverse, which I do want to get into today. Now, why wasting any more time? Officially, let us get started. Now, the 3 things I do like about the Xenoverse. Now, guys, this is the review I'm doing on the PC version of Dragon Ball Xenoverse, which is the best version of Dragon Ball Xenoverse out to date so far, the best version for Xenoverse right now. Now, I have put in total around 48 hours into Dragon Ball Xenoverse, a couple, 48 hours, 50 hours into Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and must I say, I've had a hell of a time playing this game. This is probably my top 3 or top 4 favorite Dragon Ball Z game as a whole. Now, one of my favorite things about Dragon Ball Xenoverse is, which a lot of people don't like, but for me, I do like walking around Toki City, buying clothes, /supers, and doing all this kind of crazy stuff in the online hub world. Now, in the online hub world, you can just have a hell of a time. You can just have a hell of a time, buying clothes, buying supers. I do like that, but what I really do like as well is when you just see these people doing emojis or whatever, trying to do fusion or whatever, and you just jump in, have fun. It's more like interactive, you could say, more interactive with like a Dragon Ball world. You see all these other Time Patrol Rangers and stuff like that, and I do like how you can buy clothes. I like how you can do, it's kind of like what you could say, somewhat of this is probably a bad example, like a mall. Like a mall where you're walking around buying clothes, money and all that kind of stuff, like like an RPG factor. I do like the RPG factor to Dragon Ball Z. I really do like that. Buying clothes, buying super, and all that kind of stuff right there. I really do like that about Dragon Ball Xenoverse as a whole. It gives me something to do. Just walk around Toki City, maybe see some people who want to challenge me, that kind of stuff right there. Especially when you challenge somebody in here. Like, I really do like how you can just walk at somebody and say, hey, fight me. I really do like that a lot about Dragon Ball Xenoverse, where you can just do that, challenge people. I think that's really, really, really cool. Overall, I really do like walking around Toki City and doing all that kind of stuff right there. So, that's overall what I think about Toki City. Now, let us move on to the second thing, which is about the in-depth characters / the overall fighting systems of the game, overall how the game plays. Now, I do like how Xenoverse does play. Now, at times, it does get repetitive, the same kind of thing and all that kind of stuff right there. But the fighting system is very in-depth, as well as the characters, because here's an example. With Budokai Tenkaichi 3, let's say I play as Goku, then I go to Gohan. You do the same combos with Goku, but you're playing as Gohan, like, hey, I feel good, I'm so good with Gohan. No, you're just doing the same combos with Goku because he's a copy and paste character. I don't like that. I don't like that about Budokai Tenkaichi 3. But in Xenoverse, it's totally different because it's like every character is in depth. Yeah, it's only like a 49 or a 48 character roster or whatever, a very little character roster, but every character is in depth. Shoot, there's over 120 characters with clothes in this, and plus I really do like how every character is in depth, and I really do like how the combos you can do, because with this game comes a lot of combo potential. You can do up to 60 hit combos, 70 hit combos, 80 hit combos. I've seen people do it. I've seen people do 408 hit combos. The fighting system is very in depth, but sometimes it may somewhat get boring in my personal opinion, because sometimes I'm playing Xenoverse doing these combos and I'm like, it's not interesting anymore. It starts to get boring, but I really do like how in-depth the characters are, and I'm sure most people can sit down and agree with me, especially with the cutscenes of like when you fire a Gal Gun, a Kamehameha. I really do like those cutscenes as well. It looks very, very cool. Like when you fire a Kamehameha, it feels really, really cool. When you fire a special beam cannon, it feels really, really cool. All that kind of stuff right there. The in-depth characters or supers and all that kind of stuff, I really do like for Dragon Ball Xenoverse. So now, let us move in to a third thing about Dragon Ball Xenoverse I do like, which is about how in-depth the parallel quests are now. How in-depth they are. Now, with these parallel quests, it's somewhat like a side thing to the game. It's somewhat like a side thing to Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Like, you just do parallel quests to grind and stuff like that, which I'm going to move on to the things I don't like. But I really do like how in-depth the parallel quests are, where you have to defeat Goku, you gotta defeat the Vegeta, you gotta defeat Trunks, you gotta defeat this, you gotta defeat that, you gotta defeat this, all that kind of stuff. I really do like how in-depth that is. And as well as when you play your friends against parallel quests, that is a lot of fun as well. Which kind of gets me into my first point, which is pretty much like Toki City, walking around, meeting other players. I do like that. Same with parallel quests. I like playing with my friend. Here's the thing, when me and Platinum are playing, and Royalty, link down below in the description to our channels. You just have we have a hell of a time playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I really do have fun playing with those guys, doing parallel quests, getting supers, and getting ultimates. I don't like that kind of stuff right there, but I just like how in-depth the parallel quests really are. So that's overall the things I do like for Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Now, let's move on to the things I don't like about Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Now, some of these things you guys may not agree with me on. Other people say, yeah, I can see where you're coming from. So, just note that some of these opinions are just my opinions, so do note that. So now, let's move on to the first thing, which is one of the things I don't like about Xenoverse. How you have to grind for supers and ultimate attacks. Now, some people are saying, but you don't like the RPG factor to the game. Yes, I do like the RPG factor to the game, but I don't like how you have these rare freaking drops. I mean, it's so stupid about the game, how we have to do this parallel quest like 10, 50, like a million jillion times in order to get like one super. Like, let's say you want the super vanishing ball or whatever. It's gonna take you some certain steps to do, like in the parallel quest. Let's say you have to defeat the mission in under 10 minutes, and you have like a 1% chance of getting that super ultimate. And it just takes forever. It's a long, long process, which makes it more playtime for the game. That's how they designed this game, so you don't get everything right off the spot, which I do like, but I wish they had a better system for it, if that makes sense. Like, for getting supers and ultimates. Sometimes I'm sitting in a parallel quest for an hour, then I finally freaking get it. I don't like that about Xenoverse. I want it to, I mean, there are some things they can improve on Dragon Ball Xenoverse in my personal opinion, like getting grinding for supers. I don't like grinding in this game. I really do not like grinding for this game. It's just not, it's not fun to do. Because when you're grinding and stuff like that, sometimes it gets really, really freaking boring. Doing the same parallel quest over and over and over again, until you finally get that thing. But in the end, once you finally get that super ultimate, you feel really freaking good. So that's what I do like. And I don't like as well how when you're in a parallel quest, let's say your friend's hosting the game or whatever, right? And let's say they fight a Time Patrol Ranger. They beat Time Patrol Ranger, but I never touched them. Let's say I'm in the other side of the portal, and they're fighting some Time Patrol Ranger on the other side of the portal, and I'm not even there. By the time I get there, let's say they get a key item. I don't get the key item, but they get the key item. I don't like that. I think if let's say, yeah, I don't like that about the Xenoverse. I really do not like that, where one guy gets the key item, but the other people don't. I don't like that. I really do not like that. I think if one person gets it, everybody in the game should get it as well. Like when you're in a parallel quest, let's say you get the Kamehameha, only one person gets it, and two other people don't. Or maybe two people get it, but the other person doesn't. I don't think that's somewhat fair, but it makes it somewhat kind of interesting in my opinion. There's some things I don't like about Xenoverse, but that's one of the first things I really don't like about a Xenoverse. So now, let's move on to the second thing, which is the story getting somewhat repetitive. Now, some of you guys may agree with me when I say this, where the story indeed gets repetitive. It really does. Like, where, yes, the story is very in-depth, is a new kind of thing, but it's really not that new in my opinion. Yes, it's a good start. It's a good start for Xenoverse. In Xenoverse 2, it may be 10 times better. But I feel as if the story gets repetitive. It's a unique story, I'm not gonna lie. It's very, very unique, but you keep on trying to fight. Like, let's say, here's what happens. You fight Cell, you fight Frieza in his first form, then you fight Frieza in his final form, you're in 2 fights with Frieza in his final form, then you're in 2 fights with Frieza in his steroid form, and then you have to fight Frieza when he's controlled by Mira. Where's the Toa? Well, you get the gist. I just feel like you're fighting the same guy over and over again, and it makes the story more long. It makes the story very, very long. In my opinion, the only unique, wow, I can't talk today, unique part of the story was the Demigra saga. That was like the freshness of the game, like brand new. Everything else was just like they added like Mira getting basically The Meteor Saga is the only unique thing, in my opinion, for the story mode. Everything else is just like the same, but at the last fight, pretty much the last person of the fight is like self-controlled by Mira. That's it. That's all I really have. So I feel like the story gets repetitive at times, and I'm sure most of you guys can agree with me on that. So now, let us move on to the third thing. Now, the third thing may not make a lot of sense to people. Some people may disagree with this. The Horde fucking missions for the game. Oh my god. These Horde missions get so retarded at times. Like here's an example. When you're on 3v1, like, and when you're offline doing a parallel quest, where all your teammates are down, and you have to do this 3v1 kind of crap, or Horde missions, those Horde missions suck at times. They just suck because, like, in every different angle, you see, like, a free soldier firing key blasts at you. Here's an example on the Bardock mission. You have to protect Bardock or whatever, and it keeps on getting wrecked because all these soldiers are firing key blasts at you everywhere you see. You see one soldier to the left, you see one soldier to the right, you see one soldier to the left again. You see all these soldiers around you firing key blasts. It gets so annoying at times. And wow, I can't talk today. That's what makes the story hard. I'm not gonna lie. This is what makes the story very, very hard. The Horde missions, and that's what they wanted to do for Xenoverse. But with the Horde mission, sometimes you have 3 people and like charging at you. Sometimes you have 6 people charging at you, and they have low health. But it just gets annoying, and I somewhat really do not like the Horde missions in Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Overall, there are more pros to Xenoverse than cons to Xenoverse. Because Xenoverse is an amazing Dragon Ball Z game. As of right now, I am still playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and I am having a hell of a time. So that's pretty much, those are the 3 things I like about Xenoverse, and the 3 things I don't like about Dragon Ball Xenoverse. So that is it for me, guys. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching this video. Dragon Ball Xenoverse discussion somewhat. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, as always, guys, be sure to hit this video up with a like and leave your thoughts in the comments down below on the 3 things you like about Xenoverse and the 3 things you don't like about Xenoverse. I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions in the comments down below of the video. And if you guys not subscribed yet, I would recommend you do so for all the latest Dragon Ball Z news, information, and updates, as well as some great walkthroughs, playthroughs, game reviews, and much, much more. I hope you all enjoyed for Vegeta, guys, and until the next, I will be talking to you all later. And until then, peace out.